followed by organized terrorism as isolated ethnic pockets strive too for national status. Only now, after the bloodletting of World War II showed just where that path was leading, has Europe attempted to return to the path abandoned 1100 years ago at the Battle of Fontenoy, and try at least to make one state or one nation again out of the peninsula. The glib standard jibe that the Holy Roman Empire, whose foundations were laid by Charlemagne, was never holy, Roman, or an empire, is true enough, but like all glib jibes, misses the essential point. For over 1,000 years, Europeans thought it ought to exist, or actually acted as though it existed, even while they knew they were falling short of the great ideal. The ideal flourishes again, if only frailly. On each Ascension Day, in Charlemagne's own beloved city of Aachen, and in the actual remains of his great palace, a ceremony is held which symbolizes this ideal. The citizens of Aachen bestow the Charlemagne Prize, Karlspreis, upon the statesman of whatever nationality who has done most to forward the cause of nation Europe. This, the ideal of European unity, is the underlying theme of the present book. We can see now that Charlemagne was not the last of the Romans, as he has been romantically and misguidedly cast, but the first of the Europeans, unconsciously foreshadowing the 20th century attempt. He did not hesitate to use the awesome magic of the name of Rome for his own purposes, but it was in order to protect a new and untried structure, and not to prop up an old and tottering building. Most outward signs of what he created disappeared within a generation of his death, for he was over a millennium too early. But the dynamic continued, subtly guiding the aspirations of untold generations. And how his fellow Europeans regarded his reign is shown by the fact that, within a generation, they looked back upon the Carolingian Empire as to a golden age, and promoted its creator to rank with the legendary heroes of Europe, along with Siegfried and Achilles and Arthur and Merlin. Few subjects in European history have been so relentlessly dissected over the past few decades as the Carolingian achievement. Inevitably, the pendulum has tended to swing the other way, and after centuries of literal adulation, Charlemagne has emerged as a man feeling his way in an unprecedented situation, and not a species of demigod imposing order. Some scholars, indeed, would deny that he achieved anything of lasting significance. Yet, like some great chord of music, whose last echoes remain only just within the range of sound, the echo of what he created continues. It is summed up, coolly, cautiously, by the British scholar D.A. Bullough in an essay assessing Charlemagne's achievements in the light of recent scholarship. While arguing that the Carolingian influence can easily be traced in art and literature, it is more difficult to recognize it in the concepts and values, until recently tacitly accepted rather than defined, which have given a unity to the variegated political and cultural experiences of post-Carolingian Europe, and offer a hope, although a diminishing one, for a continuing, distinctly European solution to the human predicament. Part 1. The Cauldron of Europe. It is the duty of a patriot to prefer and promote the exclusive interest and glory of his native country, but a philosopher may be permitted to enlarge his views and to consider Europe as one great republic. Edward Gibbon, Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. 1. The Kingdom of the Franks. They come into our vision from out of the total darkness beyond the Rhine and the Danube, to be illuminated fitfully but brilliantly by the light of civilization. A handsome, large-boned, fair-skinned people, addicted to rich, vivid colours, the men clean-shaven with close-cut hair, the women and tribal chiefs wearing their hair long, for no woman fought in battle, and no enemy would ever have the leisure to grasp a chief's hair while his companions lived. Originally, they were loosely grouped round a warband leader. This association, though loosely structured,